ABC News.
Backstage with Sharon Stone. All the news from a star-studded night in San Francisco. And I'll tell you what Catherine and Kirk Douglas were betting on.
Princess Diana's jewels go up for sale. 214 diamonds, South Sea pearls, and how you can buy the necklace Diana wore at her last public appearance. Big news for Regis as ABC decides to add more nights of his Millionaire show. Now your preview of one of tonight's big questions.
All right, we're going.
Richard Pryor and the letters of love from his E.T. fans.
You can make it through this. Thank him for teaching me what humor really is. God bless you, Richard.
Hundreds of you wrote in after our interview about MS. Now I deliver the heartfelt messages of support.
Thank you, everybody.
Shania Twain sets the record straight on rumors of her marriage breaking up.
We were, in most people's eyes, not going to make it.
An all-new Busted on the Job special uncovers more bad cooks in the kitchen. And why is Jag kissing a married woman?
This is Entertainment Tonight, the most watched entertainment news program in the world.
And here is the top Hollywood news for Tuesday, November 16th, 1999. Hi, everybody. I'm Bob Goen.
And I'm Mary Hart. Surrounded by security, Hollywood's hottest couple, Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones, hit the streets of San Francisco. It was Michael's big night, and I was there. Mobbed by media and autograph-seeking fans, Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones had to be escorted by police into San Francisco's City Hall, where the Oscar winner was honored last night.
With all the other demands on celebritydom, you know, and all the reasons that they take you down, it's nice to be able to add something positive.
Lady in Red Sharon Stone arrived with husband Phil Bronstein and pal Ellen DeGeneres at the Celebrity Gala, benefiting pediatric brain tumor research. The streets of San Francisco have never glittered quite this way. I had the distinct honor of being host for the event, where Kirk Douglas warmly greeted his son's girlfriend with a big hug and kiss, before having to settle an unpaid debt. Now, is this a tradition?
No. This is a boxing. This is a boxing bet.
I'm just a bad loser. I'm just a bad loser.
You're a bad loser.
He's a good loser. He pays his debts. That's good.
Yeah, Catherine, it's not like you're new to the business, but, you know, you got two legends right here. Are you ever in awe of that?
Handle herself. Don't you worry. Don't you worry about her. She can handle it.
You're making me sound like this, like, yeah, good. I like the way you make me sound.
Michael Douglas.
Introduced by his dad, Michael was celebrated by having his name put on the University of California, San Francisco Pediatric Brain Tumor Research Clinic. And backstage, the party continued.
Look, there's my dressing room. Sharon's coming out.
Okay, well,
Ellen, I still talking. Sorry.
You want the next question?
Yeah. The laughter and reminiscing went on long after the ceremony ended, and Catherine and Michael, who was the star of the evening, enjoyed every moment.
It was a really special night, yeah. And for this wonderful chorus, it's just fantastic.
it was nice to see so many friends. It had a little bit of good humor, so the whole thing had a good tone to it. It was a very, very special evening. Thank you, Mary. You made it special.
Michael was so gracious, and it was a great night that raised almost $1.5 million for a wonderful cause.
Great night, Mary. Good for you.
Thanks.
That's terrific. From Andre and Brooke to Bruce and Demi, celebrity breakups have made big headlines this year. Now, Shania Twain talks about her marriage rumors. Refuting recent reports that claim her marriage to camera-shy record producer Robert Mutt Lang is on the rocks, Shania Twain told E.T. their 6-year marriage is as strong as ever.
The only thing I can think of is that they're waiting for it to really happen, and then they can say they were right. But no, they're of course dead wrong.
Shania told us her husband was busy renovating their chateau in Switzerland while she prepared for her second CBS concert special, which airs Thanksgiving night. We had the exclusive as she rehearsed the love song they co-wrote called You're Still the One.
You're still the one I kiss goodnight. It really reflects my relationship with my husband. It really is us. I mean, we were, I think in most people's eyes, not going to make it somehow, but...
E.T. is also happy to report that Geraldo Rivera and his wife of 12 years, Cece, have reconciled after separating in September. The couple reportedly plans to celebrate with a millennium party aboard a 70-foot sailboat. Geraldo says the split lasted only a few weeks, but he kept the reconciliation a secret to keep their lives from becoming, quote, a soap opera. Geraldo's concern is understandable. The public follows celebrity breakups like a spectator sport. And the current issue of Us magazine profiles the biggest showbiz splits of 1999. From Michael Jackson and Debbie Rowe to Gwyneth Paltrow and Ben Affleck and Andre Agassi and Brooke Shields.
Well, there's actually a website on the internet where you can bet on certain Hollywood marriages, bet actual money.
Nicole Kidman's on the disabled list at the top of tonight's ET News Brief. We reported earlier that the actress had suffered a cracked rib on the set of her new movie Moulin Rouge. Now ET has a Nicole Kidman update. Her film has shut down production while she heals. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Maria Shriver were in New York last night, where Arnold was being honored with a Global Youth Peace and Tolerance Award. But NBA All-Star Jason Williams, who works with Arnold on the Inter-City Games, turned the night into a roast.
Arnold is so short he can pose for trophies.
I think that Jason Williams is to comedy of what Richard Simmons is to action movies.
Paul Schiffman put some old movies his wife bought at a yard sale in an old refrigerator. They turned out to be the lost Beatles film, Let It Be. The original master of the 1970 movie contains 8 minutes of never-before-seen footage.
I start to unravel the film, and first thing that comes up, it says Beatles.
Beatlemaniacs can bid for the movie on Great Gatsby's auction website.
She was one of the most glamorous women in the world. Now, 2 pieces from Princess Diana's private jewelry collection are going on the auction block. It's the only jewelry of Princess Diana's that is likely ever to be sold.
Here we have a picture of Diana wearing the jewels on that very special evening.
Made especially for Diana by the Crown Jewelers, the princess wore the necklace to a gala performance of Swan Lake, her last official engagement before her tragic death.
The jewelry contains 214 diamonds, 7 beautiful matching South Sea pearls.
After her death, the jewels were sold to a private party, with most of the proceeds going to Diana's memorial fund. Now these collectors have enlisted Guernseys to auction off the set, with portions of the proceeds benefiting UNICEF. The value of the jewels is estimated at $500,000. The auction, including that 42-carat necklace, begins 1 month from today in New York.
Coming up in the Entertainment Tonight cover story.
The secrets of the JonBenet Ramsey TV movie. The stars, the story. Only we know who's playing which character and how the movie ends. Jag's co-star talks about the pressure to be thin during her modeling days.
And I was always being told I had to lose another 10 pounds.
The shocking new footage of bad chefs busted on the job. Regis Philbin's quiz show. We have the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire spoof and a preview question from tonight's episode.
That's next on Entertainment Tonight.
I'm serious when it comes to wrinkles. So I use new line eraser from L'Oreal Paris.
The most serious anti-wrinkle action you may ever take.
Yet so gentle, you can use it every night.
With retinol, the purest form of vitamin A.
To help erase first lines, fine lines, even those lines we've learned to live with.
Objective measurements show results in just 4 weeks.
And that's enough, even for skeptics like me. So use it nightly and lose the lines.
New line eraser with pure retinol from L'Oreal Paris.
Because I'm worth it.
Citizen Kane, take 1.
Orson Welles used all his genius to create the most brilliant American film ever made.
Cut. Print.
William Randolph Hearst used all his power to try and destroy it.
Use the file.
Liev Schreiber, James Cromwell, Melanie Griffith, Brenda Blethyn, Roy Scheider, and John Malkovich.
That film will never see the light of day.
Everything I am, everything I could be is in that film.
RKO 281, coming soon, only on HBO.
What if that fictitious quake that hit New York hit Portland?
We are so unprepared for an earthquake.
Find out the best and the worst places to be if the big one hits the Rose City.
This place is a lot like Portland in some ways.
Tonight, following Aftershock on KOIN 6 News at 11.
If your table could speak, what tales it would tell. Of great holiday meals. The life of your family told in the sharing of great food. Of old recipes handed down from one generation to another. And no doubt you're very particular about the food that graces your table. Just like the store that's been serving families for over 75 years. Great food at lower prices every day. You'll find it at Fred Meyer.
Yo, Chess here, the Cheshire Cat. You know me from the whole Alice thing. Grin, disappear, grin, reappear. It's hard work. But as a professional smiler, I have to stay in with the grin crowd. So I trust my pearly whites to a totally fresh kind of dentistry. Gentech Dentist. High-tech, fast, comfortable, and affordable. For very cool dentists, the newest lasers and equipment, and a passion for serving you. Take it from a pro. Call Gentech Dentist. Smiles made fresh daily.
Russian brides.
They end up marrying a man they don't care for, can't stand.
Sold on the internet.
It's a small price for them to pay.
Are they victims or trouble?
Yeah, I got took. I got took big time.
Coin 6 News investigates From Russia with Love, Wednesday at 11.
I know. How about Barney's Christmas video? When I was a kid, I used to watch this every Christmas.
I want to watch Barney's new Christmas video.
Now you have your own Barney Christmas video, just like I did.
It's on DVD, too.
Want the lowdown on Dodge Durango? Here's where its best-in-class Magnum V8 power lives. It's longer and wider down here for best-in-class room up there. And say hello to best-in-class available towing. Want the best? Get a Durango. Me? I want one of these. See the friendly Northwest Dodge dealer near you.
For anyone who wants to be a millionaire, you may get more chances. Now that Regis Philbin's quiz show has knocked off its primetime competition, the network wants to keep the game going.
Final answer? Final answer.
ABC has found its final answer to a long-awaited sweeps victory. In position to win the current ratings period thanks mostly to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, ET has learned the network will extend the 15-night run of the show. Originally scheduled to end this Sunday, it will cash out Thanksgiving Eve instead.
Audience, are we ready? Yeah, we're ready. Come on.
And here's a sneak peek at a big question from tonight's broadcast.
What color are lobsters when they are properly cooked? Black, red, yellow, green.
Also tonight on Spin City, Mayor's aide Paul Lassiter, played by Richard Kind, tests his wits with a fictional appearance on the game show.
Don't you have to be smart to win on that show?
I am smart.
But as this exclusive clip shows, first he had to answer to his co-workers.
Well, congratulations, Paul. I'd say you don't get a big head, but hey, that ship sailed when you were about 5.
And Richard Kind got the biggest prize of all this weekend. He got married. Richard tied the knot in New York Central Park with girlfriend Dana Stanley on Sunday. Michael J. Fox and Helen Hunt were both in attendance.
Catherine Bell is now known as the beautiful co-star on Jag. But she told me that before stardom came hard work on the fashion runways and the shocking extremes that women sometimes go through to stay thin.
I was probably 10 to 15 pounds thinner than I am now, and I was always being told I had to lose another 10 pounds. And all the models there were rail thin. Most of them didn't eat anything.
9 years before she joined David James Elliott as Jag's sexy Sarah McKenzie, Catherine Bell was an aspiring model who was given the chance to work the catwalks of Japan. But she soon experienced the dark side of the modeling world when she was constantly asked to lose weight.
I had a model over there, like, show me how to throw up, and I tried it once, and it was the worst experience, and I never did that again, thank God.
Catherine gave up modeling and turned her attention to acting. One of her first jobs was as a nude body double for Isabella Rossellini in Robert Zemeckis' 1992 hit, Death Becomes Her.
I went in, and one of the, I don't know, ADs or whatever, they took a Polaroid of my behind, and I guess the director liked it. And it was just like a great opportunity to meet some wonderful people, and I met my husband on that film.
Well, he was the AD taking the picture of you? Was that it?
No, but he was Zemeckis' assistant.
That's a sure way of getting men, by the way. She's been married to her husband, actor Adam Beeson, for 5 years now, and they recently invited me to visit their home in Los Angeles. While their family is limited to 2 Italian Greyhound dogs, Catherine has big plans for the future.
Probably right at the end of Jag. I would love to have a child or 2. I ultimately want to have 2 kids.
Next on Entertainment Tonight.
A Jag controversy. Why he's kissing a married woman. Your messages of hope for Richard Pryor. We bring your ET Online wishes to him as he battles multiple sclerosis.
How does that make you feel?
Choked up.
The John Benet Ramsey TV movie will show you the young girl playing the little beauty queen and tell you how her parents are trying to protect her.
They consulted a child psychologist.
That's next in the Entertainment Tonight cover story.
This is my mom. Another perfect holiday. I was 7 and Mom was amazing. She always knew to make Chex Party Mix. The good stuff, all seasoned and toasted fresh from the oven. I ate it with both hands. So did my uncle. You know what's great about the holidays now? It's my turn to be Mom.
He's lived through not one, not two, but 3 avalanches. And that makes him a grade A adventurer. Real TV has his trio of brushes with death. Like he says, you gotta roll with the punches. 2 hostages and 1 madman make for an extreme situation. Here's how it is. See who makes it out alive. And flashing back to the whale that won over the world's hearts. Bree and Keiko, next Real TV.
Tonight at 7:30 on Coin TV 6.
In 3 days,
He's the best we have.
the wait is over. The world is yours.
James Bond is here.
Set time.
I have to get back, or somebody's gonna have my butt.
First things first. Why am I suddenly worried they're not carrying enough insurance?
On November 19th, The World Is Not Enough, rated PG-13. Starts Friday.
On the next extra, Deep Asleep, they raid the kitchen and don't remember eating a thing. Could you be a sleep eater? Then, Gerald Strawberry and his wife talk about surviving the rough times. Plus, lingerie from the House of Hefner. Next extra.
Tomorrow at 12:30 on Coin TV 6.
When you're active, the last thing you want is the uncomfortable itch of dandruff. Introducing Head & Shoulders Refresh. It helps prevent dandruff, and its refreshing mint formula feels cool and stimulating on the scalp. No regular shampoo can give you hair so refreshed and flake-free. Head & Shoulders Refresh from the Head & Shoulders family. Our refreshing way to help prevent dandruff.
At last, Buttertop Bread's good enough to be called Or-Wheat. Introducing Or-Wheat Buttertop White and Wheat. We split the top, pour on the butter, and bake it right in.
The butter makes it better.
New Or-Wheat Buttertop White and Wheat Bread.
Tomorrow on Entertainment Tonight, Ricky Martin takes E.T. home to Puerto Rico.
Hola. ¿Cómo estás?
On the street with his fans, we'll show you Ricky's favorite spots.
This is Puerto Rico, man. I hope you like it.
It's the one Hollywood list you don't want to make. The National Enquirer's Fashion Victims of the Year. E.T. reveals which stars have been voted best and worst dressed. The Dukes of Hazzard reunion movie and Daisy Duke's candid conversation about her battle with her weight.
Did you feel extra pressure after the pregnancies to get back into shape because you were, Daisy Duke?
Tomorrow.
A primetime shakeup leads the news in tonight's Inside Hollywood. NBC's new schedule finds Veronica's Closet moving from Monday to the coveted spot on Tuesday following Will and Grace. The news broke as Kirstie Alley and the cast were filming a fantasy sequence.
We've all worked very, very hard to improve the show and get it back to the caliber that it was.
Moving to Monday is Freaks and Geeks, plus a new Dateline and Third Watch. Law & Order Special Victims Unit shifts to Friday, but there's no word on a new spot for Suddenly Susan. Chefs play a game of hacky sack with your steak when Busted on the Job 4 airs this Thursday on Fox. And this baker slipped up, busted for powdering pastries with dirt.
She practically seduced you the other night.
She did not. Call tonight's episode on CBS, Jag and the Married Woman. David James Elliott slips out of uniform as a beautiful schemer makes her move.
She's married. She's having an affair. She gives me a ride home. She then kisses me.
The outpouring of affection that followed our story on Richard Pryor's struggle with multiple sclerosis last week was incredible. So armed with your emails from our ET website, I went to his home.
Richard, look who's here. Good morning.
Richard was deeply touched that so many had responded to his story, so we got right to it.
Are you ready? Okay, listen to this one. This is from Mary C., and she just writes, the first time I saw Richard Pryor was when I was about 5 years old. Can you imagine? I do wish him strength and love, and I want to thank him for teaching me what humor really is. God bless you, Richard.
Thank you.
Isn't that sweet? Can you imagine? 5-year-old watching you? Now, is that a good idea?
No.
Hell no, Richard says.
Richard also touched the lives of others like him who are now facing the challenges of MS.
I have to admit, it's hard not to feel sorry for myself, but it's also incomprehensible to think that I'm only 35 years old and all I can think of is, why me? You have made me realize that I'm going to be all right. I love you for the gift that you've given to me tonight. Take care, and may God continue to watch over you.
Thank you.
How does that make you feel?
Choked up.
Choked up. This is from a kid. Okay, listen to this one. Hi, I'm 10 years old, and when I found out you had MS, I was stunned. I send you my luck and hope you get through okay. My mom told me how funny you were, and she told me some of your jokes and roared with laughter. Hope you get through it. From Katie.
Katie?
Richard, these are just samples of so many people who have wanted to send messages of goodwill and wishes to you and to let you know how they impacted their lives over the years. I'm going to leave these with you, and I hope when you're feeling low, you'll read through them. I know you will.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't think I can read anymore because they'll just make me cry.
Don't cry.
And as we consoled each other, Richard left me with one message for all who have wished him well.
Thank you, everybody.
It felt so good to do that. But you know what's so remarkable about Richard is that through all of this, he has his sense of humor.
In life, she was a little beauty queen, but her death is a tragic mystery. Now there's a new TV movie about JonBenet Ramsey, and we have the exclusive in the Entertainment Tonight cover story. Her name is Diane Iandoli, and she will play JonBenet Ramsey in Perfect Murder, Perfect Town. This is the image of JonBenet that is frozen in our minds.
I want to be a cowboy, sweetheart.
The CBS miniseries will take us behind that image. Besides 7-year-old Diane, the cast includes Ronnie Cox as her father, John Ramsey, and Marg Helgenberger as her mother, Patsy.
My job is to make sure that I make her as human as possible and make sure that I treat her as fairly as possible.
Marg originally assumed the parents were guilty, but she says that after reading up on the case, her opinion has taken a 180-degree turn.
I don't really think they were treated fairly. It's highly unlikely for this something that she would ever be capable of doing something like this.
And Margaret will be playing Patsy's mother. Chris Christopherson is a detective, and Sally Kirkland plays a Ramsey family friend. Jane Powell, playing JonBenet's dance teacher, thinks Patsy may have pushed a bit too hard.
Oh, doesn't you like that a whole lot better?
Every little child likes to dance and sing and, any kind of show off, I guess. But parents sometimes feel that they want to show off in front of everybody.
Producer-director Lawrence Schiller, on whose book the movie is based, says those pageant videos painted an unfair portrait of the Ramseys.
They never exploited JonBenet. They never published a picture of her in a pageant outfit or even had her picture in the newspaper. But America thought it was the underbelly.
Young Diane's parents told producers they won't even let their daughter see the miniseries until she matures, and took precautions before letting her take the part.
They consulted a child psychologist to determine whether this would be something that would be appropriate for her, and they talked her through what the story was about.
No finger will be pointed at a specific suspect. The story will focus on the murder investigation, which, after nearly 3 years, failed to yield any indictments. That movie is scheduled out next year, and we'll be right back. Which Cosby kid was Denise Huxtable? Is it Lisa Bonet, Keisha Knight Pulliam, or Tempest Bledsoe? Your answer's next in the E.T. Birthdays. Closed captioning provided by...
Are you buried in credit card bills? If you're a homeowner, call the Money Store and pay them off once and for all. The Money Store, 1-800-LOAN-YES.
Okay, if an apple a day keeps the doctor away, then... All right, do the math with me here, people. An apple pie a day must keep, like, 3 or 4 doctors away, right? Stay with me. A pot roast a day. Now, what does that keep away? The chiropractor? A pot roast a day keeps the barber away. A pot roast a day keeps the plumber away. Something to think about.
Elmer's, breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Never fear, Bartok is here.
New on video, it's Bartok the Magnificent.
I tell you what, I'm one heck of a guy.
In his own new full-length feature.
You didn't think I had it in me, did you?
Oh, delightful.
Risking his life to save the day.
Have a nice trip. See you next fall.
Sometimes a little hero
Bartok, you did it!
goes a long way. Bartok the Magnificent. Buy it on video today.
I hate when you do that.
All your friends from under the sea are coming to Life on Ice. Disney on Ice proudly presents The Little Mermaid. Join the under the sea adventure as Ariel dreams of becoming part of your world. Be there for all the excitement, the songs, the adventure, the fun, and the romance as Disney on Ice presents The Little Mermaid live on ice.
Playing the Rose Garden November 18th through 21st. Tickets are on sale now.
Be it ever so humble, it's ours.
Having less than spotless credit doesn't make your home any less special.
Yo soy la reina y este es mi reino.
Introducing Wells Fargo Equity Resources, a home equity loan to help consolidate debt and lower your monthly payments. Here, you'll speak with people who understand your unique situation. So it's more than a loan. It's a long-term solution. Call now. Wells Fargo Equity Resources. It's special, like your home.
I've lived here all my life.
It's not a good idea to wait too long for a plumber. Take care of it quicker with Mr. Rooter.
Got a cold? Try the #1 pharmacist recommended cold treatment of its kind. Coldies. In 4 flavors like cool menthol.
Having an E.T.-style star birthday today, Martha Plimpton turns 29. Which Cosby kid was Denise Huxtable?
That's Lisa Bonet. Today, Lisa is 32. Tomorrow, the host of Greed talks about the day he contemplated suicide, the death of his son, and his heart scare.
Boy, I was in deep trouble. Deep trouble.
Was there ever a point there that you thought you were going to die?
Wow, that's tomorrow. Now, also tomorrow, we're going to have for you Premier Magazine's tribute to women.
The honorees include Gwyneth Paltrow, and we're going to leave you with a preview right now.
See ya.
I think it's always getting better for women.
It's just a very nice feeling, you know, to be recognized and honored by the female community in film.
CBS Tonight. New York City has been hit by a massive earthquake.
I've got thousands of citizens trapped under their homes.
Now, New Yorkers must come together to survive.
We gotta keep it together.
Get you out of here, I promise.
You can't go in there alone. My daughter might be in there. I'll take you in.
Get me out of here, Daddy. You have to trust me.
But the devastation has just begun. Aftershock, CBS Tonight at 9, 8 Central.
Autumn means a big change in the season and a big change at your Toyota dealer. The year 2000 models have arrived, and Corolla's never been better. Now sporting a new, more powerful engine and 6.9 APR financing. Just 6.9 for AAA's top car under $15,000. You got places to go, and the first stop is the 21st century. This fall, let the 2000 Corolla take you there. See your local Toyota dealer, leading the way into Y2K.
Dear Albertsons, one day at work, I was asked to organize a last-minute luncheon. I remembered the delicious food that you prepare at the deli. I called Albertsons, and Lupe Ramirez and her team came to my rescue. All I had to do was go in and pick it up. At work, I was the hero. But really, you deserve all the credit. It's people like Lupe that make Albertsons my store. Sincerely, Diane Contreras, Oxnard, California.
The V6 Passat.
Nice car.
Quick, responsive, room for 4.
Hang on. I saw this in a movie once.
No more construction in downtown Portland. We'll explain at 11.
Time to get real. It's Real TV. He's 19 stories up, dangling in the rain, and there's only one rope between him and eternity. It's a terrible chain reaction, and everyone who saw it has the same reaction.
Holy crap!
The man goes berserk and puts on a shocking display. Find out what made him do it.
I wasn't in control. It was like I was watching a movie of myself.
Plus, he was the star of Free Willy. Real TV's Kristen Eichel has the latest about Keiko the Whale. This is Real TV for Tuesday, November 16th, 1999. In today's top story, a Chicago construction worker is stuck 19 floors up, which also means it's 19 floors down. The worker was resurfacing the concrete on the exterior of the building when one of the support cables broke. One of the workers inside the building saw the trouble and quickly called 911. At this point, they have the frightened man secured in a harness, but they still have to get him into the building. John Scheinflug of the Chicago Fire Department comes up with a plan to bring the worker through a window.
We put duct tape around the window so no glass would fall off, so we could secure the window and take it in on the inside.
After they remove the glass, they attempt the tricky maneuver. After an hour of dangling 200 feet over the concrete, the worker's most tense moment of the evening quickly turns into his biggest relief as he is safely pulled inside.
Hi, I'm John Daly in the Real TV newsroom. When you see this next story, you might have a reaction like the track announcers. Watch and listen as he witnesses one spectacular crash.
You're watching Canada's oldest and most famous sprint car race.
Well, Sean Moran, as expected, and Mark Duperon jumping out to the early race lead. They were
Here in Edmonton, Alberta, the 600 horsepower cars tear around the track at nearly 125 miles an hour. But as the cars zoom into the front straightaway, one of them slides sideways, setting off a terrifying chain reaction. Driver Dean Herman was afraid he'd been seriously injured.
When I hit the wall, I thought I'd broke my back. The impact was so hard that it knocked the wind out of me, and just sheer pain shot through my back there. I'd never experienced anything like that before.
Actually, Dean escaped with a few muscle tears and some bruises, which amazes him, considering what happened in the crash.
When I did hit the wall, my foot jammed down onto the throttle, which ended up sticking wide open, and my right rear tire caught the wall again, launched me up into the air, and ended up coming down into the pits and rolling and spinning until I was able to shut the car off.
Emergency crews proceed carefully, making sure Dean isn't badly injured before getting him out of the wreck. But Dean isn't the only one who has a close call. Look at the tape again. Crew member Terry Hiller is standing in the infield. He looks up just in time to see Dean's car hurtling at him.
There was actually somebody standing in the pits at that end, and he went down, and the car went right over top, and he got very lucky in that.
Unbelievable. Who is that?
That's Terry. What was going through his mind?
I thought this was gonna hurt.
Terry scrambles out of the way just in time. The car's front tire glances off his body, but he's all right.
I was lucky I ran the right direction anyway after the car hit me.
As for Dean, it's a day he'll never forget.
This is the worst crash that I've ever been in.
Track announcer Gordon Craig agrees. It was one heck of a crash.
I've announced at this facility since 1993. I've seen accidents plenty, close calls, and this one pretty well tops them all.
Which is what caused Gordon to utter those infamous words.
I have said, holy crap, once into the microphone, and well, we've got it right here on Real TV.
Goodness, holy crap!
What you're watching is a news camera videotape of an otherwise normal young man who has, for lack of a better term, freaked out. Richard Powles, a 24-year-old former cheerleader and UCLA honors graduate, has climbed atop the roof of this Hollywood Burger King, and in what appears to be a psychotic episode, has begun throwing things aimlessly. But there's a great deal more to this story than meets the eye. In an exclusive interview with Real TV, Powles tells what went wrong.
Someone had to put some kind of drug into my drink at the club. I've never acted like this. It was a Saturday when it all started. I went to work. After work, I was supposed to go out with a few friends who live in Hollywood. And, you know, I went over to their house, and we were planning on going out dancing, you know, doing the whole club thing. I took off running. Apparently, that's when I went on top of the Burger King.
Police have surrounded the area and have roped off the curious crowd. A homeless woman asleep on a bus bench has to be aroused by police and moved out of the line of Powles' fire.
It was almost like I was watching myself do this stuff. I was up there. I knew I wasn't supposed to be up there. I started throwing things. I knew I wasn't supposed to be throwing things, but I wasn't in control. It was like I was watching a movie of myself.
The young man continues to throw objects from the roof, barely missing policemen and splattering cars with paint. He knocks out a light, then climbs to the roof's highest point.
I remember walking around on the little parapet. I don't know how far it was down, maybe 25 feet. It was maybe 4 inches wide. I was feeling pretty invincible, and at one point I remember thinking that I could jump down and run away and I would be fine.
A SWAT team arrives, armed with special rifles that fire beanbags, which are designed to stun their human targets. The cops climb up onto the roof and fire.
I felt the force hit me and knock me forward, and I landed on my face, and I felt blood coming out of my forehead and my nose. I found out later I was up on the roof for 3.5 hours.
They load him into a sled and lower him to the ground, where he's put into a police car and taken to jail.
Like right as they put me in the car before they drove away, my dad came over and said, "It's gonna be okay, son, you know, we'll get this all worked out." And that's like, and then he told me that he loved me, and then they whisked me off to jail.
Charges against Powles were dropped because he agreed to pay Burger King for damages, but his emotional pain continues.
Everyone that knows me knows that I don't do drugs and that I don't behave in this way. And just seeing all this was like a shock to them, and it was a shock to me too.
First, he was a movie star. Then, he was near death. Coming up, now Keiko the Whale has a new home. Later, a man holds a hostage in that truck. He's got a grenade, and he's not afraid to use it. Don't go away.
The Horseman's killer again!
Is anyone suspected?
Some say it is the Witch of the Western Woods.
There are no witches or galloping ghosts.
Are you so certain of everything?
The mystery.
Is everyone in this village enthralled to superstition?
The magic.
Perhaps there is a bit of a witch in you.
Why do you say that?
Because you've bewitched me.
The legend. Johnny Depp. Christina Ricci in a Tim Burton film. Sleepy Hollow, rated R. Starts Friday in theaters everywhere.
A change, do you good? A
Change might do you good. Buy a new 2000 Oldsmobile Bravada and get a 6-disc CD changer at no extra charge. Plus $2,000 cash back. So you can rock, roll, and ride to hours of uninterrupted music. Get down to your Oldsmobile dealer today and start something loud.
There's something new about to appear in your wallet. We'll show you what to look for tonight. I'm Kelly Day. Also, a priest claims to see an image of Jesus. See his photographs, and you decide for yourself. Tonight on KOIN 6 News at 11.
When we redesigned Dodge Neon, we gave it a longer wheelbase and more total interior volume. Not to mention a 132-horse, 16-valve engine, 4-wheel independent suspension, theater-style lighting, 4 cup holders, a standard 6-speaker stereo, and tons of other good stuff. Dodge Neon. Different.
Be it ever so humble, it's ours.
Having less than spotless credit doesn't make your home any less special.
Yo soy la reina y este es mi reino.
Introducing Wells Fargo Equity Resources, a home equity loan to help consolidate debt and lower your monthly payments. Here, you'll speak with people who understand your unique situation. So it's more than a loan. It's a long-term solution. Call now. Wells Fargo Equity Resources. It's special, like your home.
I've lived here all my life.
Tomorrow morning on The Buzz.
Ever had problems parking in downtown Portland? Of course you have. If you've ever gone there, you've had problems parking. The question is why? We've got some special reports coming up on KOIN, and we'll buzz about it tomorrow morning at 5:30.
You're watching Real TV.
Welcome back. I'm Kristen Eichel. A few years ago, a giant killer whale stole our hearts in the movie Free Willy. But the whale's real-life story was not so sweet. Now, Real TV looks back at the story of Keiko the whale, a story that's truly unforgettable.
All the wishes that we have put forward are coming together, and Keiko is doing everything that we can hope for his ultimate potential release.
We can do something about the health and well-being of these animals, and that they need to be free in their environment, in their habitat.
We must have a respect and give back what it is that we've learned and offer him back up to his original place.
The stars are honoring Keiko, the world's most famous killer whale, now starring in a documentary called Born to be Wild about his incredible journey. It began with another film, a blockbuster called Free Willy, the story of a killer whale who finds freedom from captivity in a marine park. Keiko played Willy in the movie, but his real life was anything but free. Wasting away in a small pen at a Mexican amusement park, Keiko's freedom seemed a long way off, if ever.
Had the film Free Willy not come out, I believe that Keiko would have died.
Jean-Michel Cousteau, son of famed ocean explorer Jacques Cousteau, recalls Keiko's darkest days.
He was sick, that he was not doing well, he had a major skin disease, he was underweight.
The story went public, and the public took action with a campaign to free Keiko.
The objective of this project is to get Keiko out of Mexico and into a tank big enough for his size.
Keiko's owners gave him to the newly formed Free Willy Keiko Foundation, and the journey to freedom was begun. Keiko was moved to a larger aquarium in Newport, Oregon, and he began training for a new life in the wild. His health returned, along with an extra ton of weight. 2 years later, Keiko was ready for the next step, a reintroduction to the waters off Iceland, where he was born. Keiko would live in something called a sea pen, a huge netted enclosure in the harbor of Vestmanna, Iceland. The 5-ton Keiko was loaded onto an Air Force transport plane for the journey.
01 Seattle Center, roger. You can
14 hours later, he was released to a new life. Keiko was taken from these same waters at age 2. Now, in the prime of his life at 23, he was finally home again.
He was discovering his new world. It was the first time that he was able to listen to a boat going by or other whales in the distance, maybe.
Soon, a net will be placed at the mouth of the harbor so Keiko can explore outside the sea pen. But everyone's already looking forward to the step after that. With Keiko released to the open ocean.
I think we'll cry a lot. When Keiko's going to go, it's going to be a hard time. But at the same time, it will be a celebration, of course.
This time, a Hollywood ending for a real-life hero. Well, I know I'll be looking forward to that day myself. Cousteau says Keiko might even be well enough to be released within the next year.
He pulls the pin from the grenade. Now he's only a few seconds away from eternity. Coming up, what happened to his hostage? And the skier takes a tumble and starts a giant avalanche behind him. We'll be right back.
American Home Furniture is celebrating the grand opening of their new Delta Park store in both Tualatin and Delta Park.
Save on famous name brands like Lexington, Broyhill, Ashley, Millennium, Beautyrest, Serta, Spring Air, Stanton, and many more.
Save on dining room, living room, bedroom, leather, and many more. Plus, American Home is offering 12 months same as cash. Yes, that's no interest for 1 full year.
So come celebrate with us today at American Home Furniture, conveniently located off I-5 at the Tualatin exit 289, and our new store at Delta Park.
Fancy wrapping isn't necessary when you're giving Häagen-Dazs. But it couldn't hurt. The world's finest ice cream. Gift wrapped and ready for the holidays. At Safeway Food and Drug.
If you want to go where the road ends and life begins, then head to your Northwest Ford store for the best selection of sport utility vehicles on the planet. Like Explorer, the best-selling SUV in its class, with control-track 4-wheel drive and available V8. Right now, get $1,000 cash back on a huge selection of new '99 Explorers. Plus, with 0-9 financing, save over $5,200 in interest. When it comes to SUVs, your Northwest Ford store is your outfitter.
You are a man, a big, strong man with a big hunger for something manly, like red meat and potatoes, and more red meat on the side. But you're not getting it, sport, because your wife's not home, and you can't cook. Well, hello, Triscuit. It's big, it's crunchy, it's big and crunchy. Triscuit, not for nibblers.
You want football? Oh, who's your dad? Every NFL Sunday, Big Daddy and Waylon's got you football. The Jeep NFL off-road trip. The most outrageous, spectacular, and worthy plays of the week. Sponsored by your local Jeep dealers. NFL Sundays on Coin 6 News at 6 and 11.
Murder! The orphan's killed again!
This Friday, he's on the rampage. Cuts him off heads where he finds them. Heads will roll.
No!
Sleepy Hollow, rated R, starts Friday.
You're watching Real TV. Real TV travels to Guatemala, where a bizarre hostage scene is caught on tape. The man in sunglasses is holding the other man and woman hostage. Why don't the cops shoot him? Because he's holding a live hand grenade. And he's threatening to kill himself and his hostages. The hostages look calm, but it isn't hard to imagine the sheer terror they must be feeling at the mercy of this madman. It all began when the hostage taker was being escorted to trial by 2 police guards. He asked to go to the bathroom, but when he came out of the men's room, he somehow had the hand grenade. Brandishing the deadly weapon, he seized the 2 civilian hostages. Now, police are trying to defuse this explosive situation. The tense negotiation continues into the night, and the hostage taker is losing patience. Where is my car? He's saying. Shoot me or give me the car. The man is demanding a car and a police driver to take him to the El Salvador border, and he wants the cops to give him a loaded gun. Finally, they make a deal. The man gets a truck and driver. In return, he agrees to let one of the hostages go when they're near the border. Then, police will give him the loaded gun, and he'll release the other hostage. The truck takes off, headed for El Salvador. At daylight, the life-or-death drama continues as the truck sits parked close to the border. Police negotiators brave the danger of the hand grenade. They plead with the man to honor his promise and let one of the hostages go. Finally, the male hostage is released, and an officer leads him away. He's obviously relieved. But the terrified woman hostage is still being held in the truck. And now, the man is demanding that the cops honor their promise and give him a gun. Police reluctantly get one ready. The man puts his hand out the window, waiting for the gun. An officer hands it over, but holds on to it and keeps talking, trying to distract the man. Now, keep your eye on the right side of the screen. With the hostage taker distracted, a policeman makes his move and drags the female to safety. And then, the man has pulled the pin on the hand grenade, taking his own life. You can hear the female hostage's relatives screaming, but the woman is safe, and the heroic officers rush her away from the area. Behind them, another cop is about to make sure the hostage taker is dead. But the man was dead long before the shots were fired, killed instantly by the blast from the hand grenade. The standoff has lasted nearly 24 hours, a tragic story. But at least in the end, the only casualty is the bad guy.
And in Thailand, Real TV meets Sulpit Sasongkrit, one of the nation's gutsiest stuntmen. But today, his moves are gonna cost him. Sulpit's mission is to bust through 12 boards covered in flames. The crew sets the shot. Sulpit has one chance to get it right. But strong winds kick up, causing the wall of fire to burn out of control. The flames force a cameraman and his assistant to run for cover. A second cameraman keeps rolling and catches Sulpit stuck in the gauntlet of fire. Sulpit is burned from head to toe, but he's alive and conscious. Paramedics rush him to the hospital. The film crew says looking back, they realized they used too much gasoline to start the fire. Sulpit spent 2 weeks in the hospital recovering from his burns. Now he's back at work, pushing the edge and doing the stunts he loves to do.
Tomorrow on Real TV, the Raptors get caught in the black hole. Plus, it's the messiest house you've ever seen.
Living next door to her has been a nightmare.
We just had to do something.
Find out what the neighbors did about it. That's tomorrow. And still ahead today, more winners of the Real TV home video contest.
Well, they ski where no one else dares. Sometimes it takes a helicopter to get them there. And sometimes they barely escape with their lives because they leave huge avalanches in their wake. We introduce you to these daredevils now in our special series on Real TV Adventurers. Thrill seekers are often found where beauty coexists with danger. And no one knows that more than the skier caught in this Alaskan avalanche. Several miles away and several weeks later, the mountain seems to erupt as this poor guy is propelled right into these rocks. And in New Zealand, it's a horrendous scene as this skier is overwhelmed by a massive onslaught of snow. If you think the pictures are amazing, just listen to this. The men in all 3 videos not only survived, they're the same person. Extreme skier Brant Moles.
We don't really think about anything but how to get out of that avalanche.
Helicopters often take Brant and fellow adventurers to film places most of us have never seen, let alone skied.
Typically when we're out filming in a helicopter, we have high avalanche danger because it has been snowing.
So how does he suggest surviving a sudden torrent of cascading snow? He says, wear lots of protective gear and roll with the punches.
What I do is try to just ball up in a ball, protect my head, my arms, bring my legs up as much as I can.
And he readily admits every time he hits the slopes could be his last.
A lot of times you die because of trauma, getting raked over rocks, trees, debris, just the size of the chunks.
But don't ask him to quit doing what he loves. In fact, whether it be due to skill, luck, or a combination of both, this young adventurer has never even broken a bone.
Only injuries I've ever sustained in avalanches have been pride and bruises.
If you have a tape you think we should see, give us a call toll-free at 1-888-REAL-TV1. Or on the web, you can find us at realtv1.com.
A typical car insurance agent is on the job during regular business hours. On the other hand, Geico insurance professionals are on the job 24 hours a day. Geico, a 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Paying too much for car insurance isn't any smarter. Geico, a 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Tonight, a special earthquake report. I'm Lisa Balick in Times Square. Coming up, we'll show you exactly what could happen if there was a real earthquake here in New York City, and how this place is a lot like Portland. Join us for KOIN 6 News at 11, following Aftershock.
Rumor has it that this New Year's Eve is going to be a little, well, different. So you might be glad to know that the Men's Warehouse sells wool tuxedos for as little as $200, just in case you want to dress up more than usual. After all, a millennium only happens once every 1,000 years. And chances are, you don't want to wait till the next one.
100% wool, Y2K outfits, available at the Men's Warehouse.
You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
1-800-776-SUIT.
Be it ever so humble, it's ours.
Having less than spotless credit doesn't make your home any less special.
Yo soy la reina, y este es mi reino.
Introducing Wells Fargo Equity Resources, a home equity loan to help consolidate debt and lower your monthly payments. Here, you'll speak with people who understand your unique situation. So it's more than a loan. It's a long-term solution. Call now. Wells Fargo Equity Resources. It's special, like your home.
I've lived here all my life.
You want football? Whoa, who's your dad? Every NFL Sunday, Big Daddy and Waylon's got you football. The Jeep NFL off-road trip, the most outrageous, spectacular, Ed-worthy plays of the week. Sponsored by your local Jeep dealers. NFL Sundays on KOIN 6 News at 6 and 11.
Closed captioning sponsored by...
Meet the couple who did not send the money Western Union and the heartbreak it caused.
I just spent hours with the tow truck guy.
Later tonight.
Western Union, the fastest way to send money worldwide.
Promotional consideration sponsored by...
The ones who brought coats, sweaters, or boots, please raise your hand. First time in Mexico, Pancho.
For every reason, any season.
America Online introduces new version 5.0.
5.0 is really easy.
It's even better than before. There's just a wealth of things that you can only find on AOL.
America Online. Sign up today.
For the past several weeks, we've asked you to send in your best home videos. Well, time now to announce runner-up number 3 in the Real TV Home Video Contest. He's a winner of $1,000. It's Mike Gentry of Gilbert, Arizona. When Mike brought his video camera to a pond swooping event in Lake Tahoe, he thought he might get some nice landings on tape. And he did. He also caught a bad landing. But Mike got his best shot of the day when he decided to do a little swooping of his own. Good news is Mike was able to walk away from his mishap. And the great news is he walked away with $1,000 from Real TV. Congratulations, Mike, and we'll have more winners for you in the days ahead. Well, that's it for now. We'll see you next time when once again we get real right here on Real TV.
The new Dodge Neon is loaded with great stuff. A 132-horse engine, 4-wheel independent suspension, even theater-style lighting, and a standard 6-speaker stereo. Perfect for those heavy dates. Dodge Neon. Different.
You got about a 45-pound turkey? We've got a big family. At Fred Meyer, you can save on all that great food for the big day next week. Plus all the candles, tables.
Visit Carfax.com or ask your dealer before you buy.
Did I mention my bad brakes?
Carfax Vehicle History Report. You need to know.
Buying a used vehicle can be one of the smartest decisions a customer can make if they find the right car at the right price at a payment that fits their budget. That's exactly what we deliver at Coliseum and our 2 used car stores. We take in more quality trades than anyone. So no matter what kind of car or truck a customer is looking for, no matter what their credit history is like, they'll find what they're looking for at a Coliseum store. Value. That's what we're all about at Coliseum.
It's the Subaru, mate. No, the Outback. Outback wagon.
Every Subaru we make comes with full-time all-wheel drive, transferring power from the wheels that slip to the wheels that grip. So you can safely go.
The red one.
The red one. Just about anywhere. Subaru, the beauty of all-wheel drive.
Guess I should have given him this.
Mark Hendricks, only on Coin 6 News. People you know.
For the King of Queens, the address is CBS Monday.